Welcome to another segment of Harrison County Chambers Members Weekly. We're here today at the Gillum House with Kathleen Panic. And Kathleen, thank you so much for letting me come over and visit you today. For everybody listening, would you like to tell the listeners about what the Gillum House is and where it's located?
We are located in downtown Shinston, just one block west of US Route 19. We have 3 guest rooms. We have the electric vehicle chargers. The rail trail that goes between Shinston and Fairmont is just outside the door. Easy to get to, and we hope hard to leave.
Now, you told me this morning when I got here that you just had 2 guests and they weren't from the United States, were they?
No, I had a couple book in on Easter Sunday to come in last night. They're from Canada. We also had a gentleman who was here from Connecticut that was here on business, and he also left this morning, but he's been here since Monday. I've had guests from all over the world: France, England, North Wales, Germany, Spain, Korea. Closed on the house the day after Thanksgiving in 1994 and moved in January of 95. And then in July of 1996, the Gillum House Bed and Breakfast opened with 3 rooms.
And I have to let everybody know, when I came in here, it still smelled amazing. There was the aroma of breakfast that she fixed. And you have breakfast with the room? That's part of the...
The breakfast comes with the room.
So what did you do before you became the owner of the Gillum House?
In my past life, I was in the world of data processing. I worked for Northrop Grumman in Illinois at the Electronic Systems Integration Plant. I was in the computer room. And my mother was from Chicago. I grew up in the northern panhandle of West Virginia and couldn't wait to get home. And after the last of our kids was... only one was still at home, and he was working and self-sufficient, my husband said, "Do you want to go back to West Virginia?" And I said, "When do we leave?" I grew up in Brooke County.
The passion that you have for Shinston, I just always assumed that you were a native born and bred here, but that's great to see that you have just adopted Shinston as your hometown and you have really got involved. You're also part of city council, correct?
Well, I was appointed to city council 7 months after we moved here because I had attended every meeting as a spectator. So I knew the issues. I didn't know the details, but I knew the issues. And one of the councilmen in my ward left town, creating a vacancy. And because I was aware of what was happening, they wouldn't have to bring me up to speed. I was appointed to council. In 2009, Deb Herndon was the city manager at the time, and she made me the city clerk, and I'm still city clerk.
Well, you have a passion for Shinston, and as I said, I just always assumed that you had been born and bred here, and then maybe went off like some of us do, and came back later on. I'll have to let the listeners know that there is not a ribbon cutting that happens in Shinston that she is not part of. She is so supportive of every business and just wants to let people know what's going on here in Shinston. Now, you have a website for Gillum House, and I know you have a Facebook page.
Yes, and I'm part of the Shinston Community Garden team. I've been very fortunate, quite honestly, that Shinston accepted me
with open arms. Now, you spoke about the community garden. Is that going to happen this year? Have you already started
definitely.
it? Okay.
Definitely. We have onion sets planted already, and we've planted radishes and some lettuces that will be finished by the time we're ready to be putting in the regular crop.
For those that don't know what a community garden is, can you let people know how a community garden works?
In many places, a community garden means that there is space available for people to have their own garden plot. Our community garden, however, is not that way. It is everything that we raise and harvest in that garden gets weighed, logged in, and then taken over to the Lord's Pantry Food Bank for distribution. And in 2022, we donated 761 pounds, 11 ounces of produce. If anybody is hesitating to donate to the Lord's Pantry or any food bank thinking, well, they get free foods. No, they do not.
Well, one of the reasons we're here today is because Kathleen and the Gillum House recently joined the Chamber of Commerce. I believe you came to our business after hours as well, did you not?
Yes, I did. And it's interesting. I'm not one to join something and sit back, and I tend to get too involved.
You're very hands-on, and you know what? We are very appreciative of that.
Well, I'm very proud of the city of Shinston. We have the in addition to the Lord's Pantry, we have the Chapel of Perpetual Adoration, bocce courts, we have horseshoe pits, couple of playgrounds, and one playground has a wheelchair swing. The Shinston Community Band and
they are amazing.
And we will be performing our Independence concert on July 2 this year.
Okay. Now, I know if I ask you where's your favorite place in Shinston, you're obviously going to say the Gillum House. But if someone was going to come and wanted to see something that maybe is a well-kept secret here in Shinston, where would that be?
Well, we have the circa 1778 two-story log house that was built by Levi Shin. And we aren't exactly sure when it was built, but we know it's documented that it was there in 1778. And I have the key.
Well, I think that I'm going to have to schedule time to come back over here and take a tour of that as well.
Please do. We do elopement packages, and the the wedding ceremony, spring through fall. The wedding ceremony takes place in the log house.
So any potential brides out there, you may want to consider that.
Wear whatever you want to wear, and you get everything in that package for under $1,000, except the congregation and the reception, which are the things that costs a fortune.
Yeah.
But there's the flowers, the cake, the video, the photo, and it also includes one night with breakfast here at the Gillum House.
And they could also probably have a reception somewhere at one of the city parks and set that up.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, for those that want to find out more about the Gillum House, would you give them the website and also the Facebook page?
Absolutely. It's www.gillumhouse.com. And the Facebook page is Facebook/Gillum House.
And what's a phone number if they wanted to just call?
The phone number is 304-592-0177.
Again, we want to thank Kathleen for spending some time with us today. And please make sure that you tune in for the next series in our podcast, Members Weekly. Thank you.